you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine? Even if you call me up
Hey, hey, y'all know what this is.
Another one.
If you're a real ninja and you know hit the
Another
like button,
another one.
you want to be a real ninja, hit the subscribe button, baby. It's been a minute since we put the mask on. Y'all know what's going on. Ladies in the chat, shout out to the ladies in the chat. You a night rider?
She fucks niggas, y'all. Trying to tell you.
Mask on. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Ninjas and Nerds News episode of the show. I am your host, Trez. Let me take a sip. Guys, we are coming up on 2K subscribers. You're going to have to call me 2K Trey from this moment forward. You feel me? Up until we get to 3K Trey. You feel me? Now, before we get into this J.K. Rowling news, we got to talk about the 2K subs, right? I have some extreme concerns about, 2K. It just doesn't seem authentic, right? I got 2K subscribers, but yet I can't help but have this feeling like I'm not bringing my current subscribers to my long-term videos. Now, my shorts are doing amazing, right? But I got to figure out a way to get current subscribers to check back into the content. So we'll talk about that later. Anyway, J.K. Rowling is in the news again because a J.K. Rowling critic is forced to publicly apologize for calling her a Nazi after lawsuit threat. Oh boy. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling appears to have successfully used the legal baton to force a critic who called her a Nazi to apologize. J.K. Rowling has faced fierce backlash from former fans because of her views and statements about transgender individuals and biological sex. Rowling first made headlines in 2020, June, after sharing a series of tweets on her thoughts regarding the concept of sex. She said, and I quote, "If sex isn't real, there's no same-sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased." Because fuck men, right? I mean, like, don't get me wrong. We've been defending J.K. Rowling, but she is a feminist, a whack job feminist, all right? Don't ever get that twisted. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth. I agree with that. All right. This began an avalanche of criticism and name calling aimed at Rowling. In December 2022, Rowling responded to one of her detractors. The thing about the solicitor's game is everyone can play. JJ, I ignored your hyperbolic metaphor about burning me to death in 2020, but I'm starting to think that was a mistake. What's your solicitor's view on this Nazi accusation? Would they advise you to... Start putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. Let's try that again. This is what J.K. Rowling says. So she says, and this is in response to a tweet from somebody who said, well, to be fair, the woman in question wasn't actually being burned alive. Hyperbolic metaphor based, you know that you're playing dumb intention. And what the fuck does this shit say? They cropped out part of the dang on tweet. Okay, the person says, well, to be fair in question, the woman in question wasn't actually being threatened with being burned alive. Hyperbolic metaphor based on her original tweet, but you know that you're playing dumb intentionally for clout, and she also is a Nazi, or at least has views that align with them. Well then, that's quite the accusation there. And so what she said in response, she quote tweeted, The thing about the solicitors game is everyone can play, JJ. I ignored your hyperbolic metaphor about burning me to death in 2020, but I'm starting to think that was a mistake. What's your solicitor's view on this Nazi accusation? Would they advise you to defend it in court? One Twitter user named JJ Wells posted a now deleted tweet that said Rowling was a Nazi, or at least has views that align with them. Rowling responded with a threat of legal action. In December, okie dokie. JJ will play it your way. Give my regards to your solicitor. On Monday, 2 months after the Nazi accusation, Wellies issued a retraction. I would like to publicly apologize for a previous Twitter thread where I interacted with J.K. Rowling on matters relating to the transgender community. I have now removed these tweets and would like to apologize to J.K. Rowling directly for causing potential upset. This is masterful, ladies and gentlemen, because these people need to be held accountable. You can't just call people things like this. It almost sounds hypocritical because I normally wouldn't advise that somebody take legal action against you for calling you a name. But when there's a collective agenda against you for people labeling you something to really make the public think you are that, somebody has to be held accountable. You got all these people in the media, on Twitter, all these activists calling you a Nazi when there's no proof that you're a Nazi. Listen, if you've been accused of being a racist and you haven't done anything racist, start taking people to court. They call you a Nazi. Start taking people to court. They call you transphobic. Start taking people to court. This is defamation. You're collectively working with people to harm my reputation and prevent me from having a life. Now, this is J.K. Rowling who has the finances to get legal counseling. Most people can't do that. So if you're an average Joe working a regular job and somebody doesn't like you and they just say, you know what, you're transphobic, and then they get all their friends to say you're transphobic, and now everybody in the community is calling you transphobic because some transgender person said you was transphobic, and now you're at your job trying to explain to your boss how you're not transphobic, but they don't care because they don't want any of the heat, and they fire you like those idiots up at what's that video game company called, Limited Run Games. Congratulations, now the employee that you fired is bigger than you are. Congratulations. But yeah, more celebrities need to do this. I call on all celebrities, when these people clamor together and try to attack you with baseless accusations like being a Nazi, being a racist, being a transphobe, being a homophobe, any of that stuff, and it's baseless, start threatening them with legal consequences. Straight up. Don't care. I don't care. I used to be a person that's for the people, but at this point, no, you cannot, ladies and gentlemen, orchestrate a coordinated attack on a person not based in reality whatsoever and think you can just face no consequences. So shout out to J.K. Rowling. Keep doing your thing. Keep watching as Hogwarts Legacy destroys sales records and whatever else have you. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I will talk to y'all later.
Let's go. Hey. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Slide to the crib.